Hello everyone, I'm teacher Chen from Kangaroo Study and welcome back to our YouTube channel again. Now, in this video, we're going to discuss this interesting question from NMOS 2025. So, this is a circular track problem. Now, without further ado, let us take a look at the question together. So, in this question, it says that Arjun walks around a circular track at a constant speed, while Brian runs at 7 times Arjun's speed. So first of all, we know the relationship between their speed, the 7 times, so let's underline this part. Now, both start moving from the same point. We know the starting point is the same. They start at the same time and they go in opposite directions. So everyone, from here, what type of problem are we dealing with? Two persons start from the same point, same time, but they go in opposite directions. So you're going to realize that eventually these two persons, they are going to meet each other. So this is the meeting problem. So let's check what are they asking here. So they are asking how many times will Brian have met Arjun after Arjun starts moving and completes 1 lap, assuming both maintain their speeds here. Now, of course, in order to visualize this question, we always keep it a good habit to draw the root diagram. So first of all, let's draw the circular track. Then we have Arjun and Brian at the same point here. Now suppose that Arjun will go in anti-clockwise direction while Brian will go in the clockwise direction. So let me ask you, who is going to run a longer distance when they first met each other? We're going to know that this is definitely Brian. Why? Because Brian traveled at 7 times Arjun's speed, so if it's within the same time duration, Brian is going to travel a longer distance compared to Arjun's here. So let's draw it in our diagram. Now, starting from this point, you can see that Brian traveled the longer distance, Arjun traveled the shorter distance. So together, they travel 1 lap of the circular track here. And we can label the meeting point here. This is the point where they met each other for the first time. Then after that, what's going to happen? And we're going to know that these two persons, they are not just going to stop there. And after they met each other, they are going to continue traveling in their original starting direction. This means Arjun will continue to travel anti-clockwise, Brian will travel clockwise. So let's draw it here. From this moment, they continue to travel. So now we can see this is the point where they met each other for the second time. Now, what can we observe from the figure? First time they start from the same point, and then when they met each other, together they travel 1 lap of the circular track. But how about the second time? We're going to realize that for the second time, together they also travel 1 lap of the circular track here. Now how about the third time? Third time they also start from the same point, so eventually they're going to travel 1 lap before they meet each other again. So now we can get this conclusion that if two of them they are starting from the same point, now whenever they meet each other again, together they are going to travel 1 lap of this circular track here. So whenever they complete this 1 lap together, they meet once. Then after that, in order to find how many times they have met each other, then the question has just changed into how many laps have they traveled together. Now of course, in order to find this, we will be looking at the distance traveled by Arjun and Brian. Luckily in the question, we already know that Arjun travels 1 lap when they stop moving here. How about Brian? Now, of course, in order to find about the distance traveled, we have to find the relationship between these two persons here. Now, in the question, we know Brian travels 7 times of Arjun's speed. How does this help us? So let's think. Distance depends on which two quantities? Distance, they will depend on the speed and the time. So it's the speed multiplied by the time gives us a distance, and at this moment we're going to know that the time duration is the same. So this means that it will only depend on the speed here. Now since the speed is 7 times, this means that the distance traveled will also be 7 times. So it means that the speed of Brian is 7 times of Arjun, which means that the distance traveled by Brian is also 7 times the distance traveled by Arjun. Then after knowing that, we know that Arjun traveled 1 lap. Then how about Brian? Brian is going to travel 7 laps. So together they are going to travel 8 laps. Then how many times have they met each other, everyone? We're going to realize together they're going to meet each other 8 times. Because every time they travel 1 lap together, they're going to meet each other for 1 time. Now there's just one thing to take note. Some of you may be wondering, does the starting point count as 1 time? So please take note, right? When they start from this point, this is not counted as the number of times they have met each other. Because in the question it says this after Arjun has started moving. So it's after they have started moving, then we will count the number of times they meet each other. And the other thing is that the final time when they meet each other isn't counted here. Definitely this is counted here. Because every time they complete 1 lap, right, they have meet each other for once. So it's that final point where they meet each other. So the second lap, right, same, they complete 1 lap together, they meet each other once. So after they travel 8 laps together, at the final moment, they will be going to be at the same position again. So altogether, this is 8 times here. So after we have solved this question, let's do a quick summary on what we have learned here. Now, from this question, this is what we call the circular track problem. So first of all, we are going to see that in the circular track problem, in order to visualize what we can see from here, always keep it a good habit. What should we do? We should draw the root diagram. So after drawing the root diagram, then we can compare the relationships between the distance traveled. So we're going to realize that if they start from the same point, how much distance should they travel if they want to meet each other? And we can see that it's whenever they travel 1 lap together, then they're going to meet each other. So after knowing that, the next thing is, how about the next time they meet each other? So it's going to be the same thing. Because the second time, where they also start from the same point, so they also need to travel 1 lap together in order to meet each other. So this means that every time afterwards, 1 more meeting means they travel 1 more lap together. So after we have understood this question, you can try out this practice question at the back. After you solve it, you can post your answer in the comment section, or you can join our study group and contact me directly. Then we can discuss on the solutions here. So once again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.